you look at this situation as the extreme. You look at you, and you look at all these other great people that are enjoying their life. Look at Antonio Barrera, four-time champion, four division champion, iconic man, Hall of Famer, got a puppy, and that had a dog from before, and the puppy sleep with all the children. He walks outside, play, whatever. This is the perfect picture for the American Pitbull Terrier. The perfect picture with the great man. So epigenetics can change. You look at the article about the study in a city in England, where the city kept on growing and everything around is the forest, and there were some foxes that started coming and deeper. The city kept growing, getting into the forest. The forest kept on coming in, mixing each other, like it happens in many places in the United States. You see the bears coming in now. Instead of go hunting, they come into the trash cans, and people feed the bears, and they come in. You see that in Florida, the alligators, the snakes walking into the houses now because they are a fusion. Well, with the foxes in England, what happened was the foxes will come in, and these foxes, after 3 generations, I think it was, the same fox in the forest kept the long snout that it was needed for them. The dog in the city, it has a shorter jaw. The behavior is totally different. They teach their puppies different. They teach them how to survive in the city. They teach them to be smart. They even learn how to cross the street. I mean, they respect the signs. No, don't cross the street, don't cross the street, so they don't get hurt. I mean, they're starting to act more like humans. These animals, these savage animals, not savage in a bad way, but savage because they're from the forest, and so their body change. So there's a mutation in their physical biomechanics and structure, and also happens in the mind. It happens everywhere. Us as human, we can control how we build a dog. So my dogs for 30 years have been with me. I developed them for courage. I developed them for performance, best air, best body constitution, uniformity. They all look beautiful. They look the same. Most of the people that buy my dogs, they buy them because they're the most beautiful dogs around. And when you look at them, you see this cloud, these metrics, this pyramid, this apex, but all the dogs are great. And these 8 dogs here are great. But even the ones that are not on this pedigree, which are the cousins, the nephews, whatever, they are on other pedigrees of my same dogs. They're all related to these dogs here. They're also great. So each of the dogs have a little cloud, a little cloud, a little cloud, a little cloud. When you get this, is a big cloud here. So the most important person when you're buying a dog is going to be the breeder all the time. The more men you put in there, the more diversity you're going to have. And the things will be worse now. Going with the new generations that are weaker, they don't have the same principles. They're raised by the internet. I see these kids walking with the tablets and the phones. I will never have a child with a tablet or a telephone. Never. Because these telephones, tablets, they change them. You raise the kids because you feed them, you buy them clothing, you buy them everything. When they go to school, they tell them your father is an idiot. This is how we do it in society. So you're preparing your children for society from which you probably don't want to be part of. So that's what happens with the dogs. That's what happens with people. And epigenetics happens. So now, on the first question you asked me, these guys have these dogs that came from these old men in the United States, which history calls that these old men used to go and pick up back in the 70s from every quitter on every famous dogman. He'll go pick up those dogs and make his own bloodline out of quitters, wrote some books out of quitters, and they have this bloodline, which might have some good representations. So when you breed a dog like mine's, they have into these dogs, it makes super dogs for them. The dogs, you saw the pictures, the body type is completely different. They're bragging. The dogs look, they pull from Chico's genes, he said yesterday, right? He said the dogs, didn't he say that? Yeah. He said that the dogs are from Chico's genes. They have the Chico look. They act like Chico's dogs, are powerful. They develop them to be very powerful. They are stronger than they used to be. They're faster than they used to be. Everything that they like on the dog improves so many levels, right? That's what he said, okay? So the dogs are more like my dogs rather than their dogs. Same thing that happened with, what was his name? Tinker. Tinker was just a cheesy dog. Normal cheesy dog, nothing special. Tinker, bred to Awesome Buck. The dogs and the leader that act like Awesome Buck, Chilindrina, the closer like a buck, screaming, acting, the same hyper spirit, the uplift you and everything. That is what makes a dog great. So the dogs improve in this case. But since the dogs improve, and if they don't go back into my work again, this will be in a long, big picture. The further they go out, the worse they'll become. You see, so in a macro picture, these dogs will be great for them, yes. Which is a little different from the mule because it clicked. The genes actually clicked, so he made it like we talk about the horse and the donkey, and you cross it together. You don't get a racehorse, you don't get a donkey, but now you got a mule. And for some work, the mule is better than the horse. The mule was created for a purpose, so the mule is better. But that mule in the horse is kind of funny. Mule and between horses and donkeys, the mule cannot reproduce itself naturally. You cannot breed two mules and become something better. In the dogs, unfortunately, you can still breed them, but you go back to the donkey. You usually don't go back to the horse. You understand?
Yes, very deep.
Horse, yeah, very deep. Horse, donkey. You made it better, man, yeah, because it's a mule. It becomes more powerful. It can go to places where the horse can't go. It can go to places where the donkey says he don't want to go because it got the spirit from the horse want to go no matter what. And then the donkey, he's powerful and he goes, but you cannot reproduce it. In the dogs, you have a problem. You're actually able to reproduce it, and then you start to run into trouble. Yeah. And one thing you're not going to have is consistency. What I told you at one point, it was the most special part is consistency. So the consistency is important, and the men, how is behind and how to develop the dogs is extremely important. Most people won't understand. Have no idea. And these things that I tell you, you don't learn them. There's no mentors that you learn this from. I learned a few things from here and there, but that didn't make me. What made me is thinking for success. Understanding and a tremendous amount of observation. That's why people say, "Oh, I would love to see pictures of your of your yard, videos, whatever." No, cannot, because learn too much by just looking. One, I'm gonna start doing this. They start doing everything. I told you the story. I go to Mexico City on a long layout, and my friend says, "Hey, come on over. Be here for 8 hours. You come home." And I look at one guy with the dog is shaving, and the other guy on the other side is shaving. I said, the guy is not even looking at me. He doesn't know that I came because I wasn't announced. And he's shaving, and I said, wow, nice dog. He said, thank you. He's not watching. He said, why you shave it? He says, because Chico shave it. Straight. Chico shave it, I'm shaving it. And he doesn't know I'm Chico, And he says, yeah. Why you do it if he does it? He says, I don't know. I just did it because he does it and it works. He's make me better. I say, wow. Then after this, when we look, God, give me a hug, Then in the same event, there's one guy that was coming here and take pictures, whatever, and he asked me to sign some T-shirts. I signed the T-shirts. He made some fake T-shirts. They're not mine, it's from his dog, but I signed them for him. What the hell? And then the owner of the place come over and said, listen, that guy that you signed the T-shirts and everything? This guy is a big pussy. He hates you. He talks so much shit about you on the internet. I said, really? He said, yeah, he talks shit about you. We don't understand. But he asking you this. And I said, yeah, humanity. So you keep learning from these. There's always going to be low-life human beings. Always. So you have two types of human. The really shit human. You have three types. The really shit human. You have the common guy that's going to follow the idiot, and you have the special human beings. We're not equal, my friend, I promise you. And the dog's not equal. And that red candy Corolla or Camry is not equal to La Ferrari red shiny. It's not the same. And that boat there, a smaller boat, is maybe $100,000, and that big boat there maybe a couple of $1 million. And they're not the same. Although the guy in this boat said, well, my boat is good for me, is all I need. And he'll make all the excuses why the other boat is shit and his is the best. He'll make you. Humans do this all the time. With no factual, no real database, just complete bullshit. The whole thing about you get a whole bunch of morons, idiots, and you tell them to have a, consensus. I hate Mayweather, hate Mayweather, hate Mayweather. Why do you hate him? Oh, shit, competition. By the way, I'm not a Mayweather fan, just so you know. For other reasons, I don't like some of the things on his personality, but I do understand why he does them, but I just don't like him. But I take nothing away from the respect that I have for him. Most successful person in this, most successful person in that. All the things, I take nothing away from him. He is one of the greatest, of course. Is he the greatest? I'll say he's the greatest money producer, so he's the greatest in that sense. And he has a tremendous record of beating champions in whichever fashion that happened. If it was a sniper style and whatever, he beat some. He got them too early, with Canelo, for instance. All that can be said. But I was going for Pacquiao, he beat Pacquiao. So I cannot be a bitch. I have to give him his credit. You have to be a man. Give him his credit. So for me, he's definitely one of the best ones, how you measure it. There's a way that you can measure him and you'll come out to a conclusion that he's the best. I like to measure by a bigger spectrum and other areas as well, and I can say that guy is the best. So if I were to say who's the best boxer of all times, I'll say you got to be a man, which is a combination of Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Pacquiao, and Mayweather, and I think Canelo coming in. A combination of all these men is the best boxer in the world. Because it become hard just to give it to one. But if I would have to choose one man, I'll still choose at this particular point Muhammad Ali. Pacquiao beats Spence, if this happens, and he becomes a president of Philippines, and he becomes a great president. There's no way to give it to nobody else but him. His age, everything. So there are measurables, and when we're talking about all these measurables, most common people don't know how to measure. They go by only stupid feelings. The feelings are supposed to come after you measure. When you measure, the feelings of admiration to what you measure, the feelings of love and respect for what you measure, they need to be there. They need to be in place. But they shouldn't be in place because your little bullshit feelings like, I fall in love. I don't know why, but I fall in love. It's a total bullshit. This thing, oh yeah. And all these things is nice, but it's all completely bullshit. Most men that fell in love with the wrong woman end up having shed life for the rest of their life. Now, if you are lucky enough, you are blessed, you fall in love with the right woman, you're going to have great things happen. I'm making a recording here, I'll let you know right now. I'm going to ask you a question. Your voices is enough. You had dogs.
Yes.
When you bought one puppy from me, did that puppy change completely everything to much higher levels? Yes or no?
Yes. 100%.
100%. The dogs, if they act like my dog, the better they are.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
For sure. All right. One dog.
One dog.
If you wouldn't be the kind of people you are, where you have a close place, you don't share the dog, which is the right way to be, your position. But if you were the guy that will stud this dog to everybody in your country, will you say that one dog will change the whole country?
Yeah, will change completely the whole game.
The whole game.
In that country.
In that country. And if you open to other countries, it'll change the whole area.
Yes.
The Balkans, right?
Whole Balkan.
The whole Balkans will be changed one dog.
With one dog.
You see, this is what some people don't get to hear, and you guys are the real deal. Most people are so stupid. We had a conversation with this guy here. When he finishes, he's probably going to be like, yeah, what a conversation. Really, on all kinds of levels, understanding of psychology, genetic, construction, building, selection, and the destruction of genetics through environment and epigenetics, and the importance of the man behind the dog. And this man can have two dogs, same litter, both dogs the same, and raise one dog one way, develop in one way, and you have this kind of puppies from this dog, same dog, my dog, develop this brother this way, and you have the same quality dogs at the very end of the line in whatever purpose I want to have. But I can develop a dog that will be a little softer for a softer community, for a softer society, for a society that cannot work with the monster. Like your dog, when you told me you guys go pig hunting and the dog can go, you cannot break him with one breaking stick, you cannot break him with two breaking sticks, you cannot break him with three breaking sticks. Am I correct?
Yes.
Huh?
100%.
It's a bad motherfucker, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
I know that what you guys going through, when you tell me, I know it 100%. And not only I know it 100%, I laugh because
and
I laugh because I find myself trying to break out some mate. I'm like, what the fuck? I go with my two, hey, come help me. What? Cannot.
And this is coming from guys who had dogs for over 20 years
Yeah.
since we were little kids,
Yeah.
and we know the difference.
Yeah. And now your whole dogs went to another level. There's nothing to do with the dogs you had before.
Never.
Nothing.
We
They're-
never
they're-
had something like this before.
No, and I look. No, listen. What was his name? This guy passed and he showed him the dogs, and he come to tell me. He said, "He said, these dogs look fucking phenomenal." And I said, "Yeah, his dogs look cool. You dog that puppy, yeah, you look fucking phenomenal." And I think, I mean, everything else go with the looks, right? Not only
Yep.
looking, you know, everything else go with the looks. This video is 57 minutes, about an hour. It has a tremendous amount of information that is positive for people to understand. And my advice to anybody in the United States: if you're going to, America needs doctors, need engineers to build bridges. You need to have mathematics, stuff like that. If you are that guy, stay in school, become the best engineer, best doctor. Pitbull mentality, the right Pitbull mentality will help you get there. For those that are going to be entrepreneurs, salespeople, that stuff, you still need the mentality as well. Stay away from the bullshit people. I mean, I don't know how to tell people, stay away from the bullshit people. And if you want to ask me a personal advice, stay away from the bullshit dogs. You know, get the bullshit, huh? Don't you agree, bro? Huh? Don't you agree? Stay away from the bullshit dog. If you like them, stay with them. That's your problem, you know? But it's very deep. Most people would not understand it. Most people would understand it, isn't it? And some of the people that are going to, because a lot of people come to this channel, right? So you're going to have good people, you're going to have great people, you're going to have amazing people, you're going to have some thugs, and the thug going to be like, yeah, man, fuck this guy, yeah, fuck him, you know? And it is what it is. It's humanity, right? the diversity. You guys learn a lot today, motherfuckers. You better be grateful. For good guys to learn, God bless you. My name is Chico Lopez. Enjoy the show.